Hello, can you believe another week has rolled around? Welcome back to the vlogs. Lots been going on as always. Enjoy the rest of the video. Another Friday already. So before I tell you guys what on earth's been going on and what we've been up to this week, and I can tell you now, one thing that's been going on is the temperature's plummeted, it's freezing. Before I tell you that, first there's something I really want to say to you guys. And that is thank you so much. Wow, we've now hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. I was really aiming to do that for a year. I think we've gone a few weeks over, but who cares, guys? Thank you so much. That's amazing. So I think we've accrued something like 8,000 or heading towards 8,000 watch hours. So 8,000 hours people have watched various things on this channel. But the biggie is 1,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. If you haven't subscribed but you watch the channel, it's just a 2-second click. Probably makes no difference to you, except you get to know when the videos are coming out. The subscription, more than comments and likes, is what really drives YouTube algorithms to push the channel further to other like-minded people like ourselves. So please subscribe. But if you have already, I had a bit of a moment. I just thought, that's absolutely amazing. Weirdly, it got to 1,000. And then overnight, 5 dropped off. And it took a whole week for some bizarre reason to get back there. And now when you're watching this, it should be just over 1,000 subscribers. So really appreciated. 1,000 subscribers is where the channel or any YouTube channel starts to be sort of recognised by the YouTube rhythms. And as I say, that's when it should now grow more and more. So I think instead of looking to 2,000, we've got to look to 10,000 subscribers. Let's get this channel really going, because if you like your falconry, you like your snakes and reptiles, you just love nature in general, I just hope this channel really is for you like it is for me. It's just all those things in one go. If you don't like certain things, as I say, you don't have to watch them. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Really heartfelt thank you. Made up. Brilliant. Let's get back to telling you what on earth we've been up to this week. Brilliant, guys. Thanks a lot. Little grey banded king snake. Look at this. Let me show you this. This is a classic. This is an iconic species of snake. It really is. Look at that. This isn't a captive bred colour morph. This really is a snake that you can find in the wilds of the US. Can you believe it? Can you imagine lifting up a rock or going out with a lamp at night and seeing something this beautiful in the wild? Of course, this is a captive bred animal. Get in focus. This is a captive bred animal, very inquisitive and a little bit nervous. Heavily nocturnal species in the wild. We've just caught this little guy out first thing in the morning. What an absolute darling of an animal. Here's a little Pueblo milk snake that I've held back from last year. Again, this is a snake you'd find in the wild. Look at that. Sorry, baby, come on. Not what I've handled much. Come on, just settle down. Let's have a look at you. Look at that. A snake you would find in the wild. Nature is just so beautiful. It really is. I've still got a few of these available from this year. Fantastic pet snakes. Incredibly easy to look after, requiring very little from you. I'll put a little link in the description to where you can find them. But look at that, a Pueblo milk snake, bred here in the UK. Used to keep quite a lot of tarantulas. Actually started keeping them when I was about 16 years old. Unfortunately, a few years ago, I really developed an allergy to their urticating hairs that many of these American species flick off their rump with their back legs. Never bothered me for years and years. So now I've just got a couple of different ones, only really for school education. This is a curly hair. I kind of guess you might have guessed that. Fantastic little things. Had him since he was a little tiny spiderling the size of a pea from Ben Niverton, along with another one, a little Chilean rose that he bred, which is not quite this big, but this one's not very big, look. But it's certainly grown bigger than a pea. I love tarantulas, I love spiders really, but always popular of course. This one does flick its hairs occasionally, and that causes me to have a very itchy rash around my neck. That's the spinnerets, that's where the silk for their webs come from. They don't really have tails, but they look a little bit like little wiggly tails. Anyway, I think we should have a few more creepy crawlies on these vlogs and on the channel, because they're often getting left out, I think, a lot of my invertebrates. Fascinating things, all creepy crawlers. Something from my childhood that I'll never grow out of. Luckily, my school job means I'm involved with them on a daily basis. Look at that, just their little beady eyes. Oh, where's it gone? There it is. Anyway, a curly hair tarantula, one of several invertebrates here, employed by Raptor Exotics to educate, interest and wow children. So because it hasn't been very cold until just this week, not really cold for sort of late November, December, the leaves are still on. Well, they're evergreen, but in the wider countryside there's a lot of leaves still hanging on the trees, and that's annoying because we just want them to fall off in one go here and they can be tidied up. So our brilliant team of gardeners are coming back tomorrow and they're going to finish off the avenue. This is the absolute bane because these cherry leaves, my good God, do these things hold some leaves carpeted. So they've been working away, pretty much cleared all of that now, and then Roy, Sue and Jess, just this bit left to do in here. We can't leave them because leaves become soil. We don't want sort of mud and soil mixed in there with the gravel. But yeah, so that's been going on. The leaf blowing and sweeping almost at an end, and it's like a jump for joy moment. Now, because of the cold, what we've been doing with the kites, we've been putting their perches back. We've sort of blocked off the front a little bit so they don't sit on the window ledge. We don't want them wet and cold, as I've told you before. And this is where this elderly gentleman's light really comes into its own. We don't really want heating and lighting in all of our birds of prey, but I've inherited him in an open aviary, and although that's fine for him, realistically, he's an elderly guy, a little warm nest to go in, and a hugely expensive heat lamp. Let me just run you over here. Hi darling. Something I'm going to put in a video separately for really. Oh, let's just look at this guy. Look at him. Oh, Wurzel, you're such a silly Billy. He's settled in there okay. Look how cold it is. His breath is steaming like a real dragon. Look at that. Look at that. He's in there. He's settled down. He's still a silly Billy. Still gets a bit nervous when we're sweeping leaves and things. But having these birds free lofted, I've only got the Aplamados over there to sort out. These guys free lofted now, doing really well. But I'm going to save this for another video, more for the falconers. But we've roofed this aviary now. It's a joint aviary, there's 2 birds in there. So these guys now, very cheap, very basic, but actually pretty good considering the materials I've used. These guys here, Nigel and Pandora, Harris's hawks, really important. They're not wet as they go into a cold evening, or they can get frostbitten wings. So we've stopped that completely right now. Really pleased I've got that job done. And Pandora here, she doesn't like me too much. So Pandora there, like a lot of the birds now, they're going to go into their winter rest. They're not going to come out and have their daily fly. They're literally going to be fattened up and spend the winter resting and chilling, as some of our birds do through the summer. They all get a couple of months rest, apart from maybe Nigel, bless him, and a couple of others. They get a rest period. Wurzel's resting now until the spring. Chilean Blue, he's going to be flying quite a bit through the winter. And she's gone now. Let's see. The Great Grey, quite the opposite. An owl from the Boreal Forest. She's rest during the heat, and bless her, being a real cold climate animal, she's out for the winter, and she's going to thrive and love it. So big rest period, and a lot of that team then will be back on song towards the end of February. Let me tell you some more stuff that's been going on. Well, of course, Lily the baby's been round, and we've been sent videos by Kyle and Carly, of course, with her development. My goodness me, that baby is strong and she is determined. She's either going to be speaking or riding a bicycle within the next month at this rate. And great to see her interacting with the animals and really loving them. What else? Oh, I went to a local school recently, and Dragon, my 14-year-old crested gecko, he was part of the team. And one of the teachers said, oh, do you know, I've had a leopard gecko for years and years and years, and sadly it passed away recently. I love geckos. And as it happens, Dragon and his girlfriend had recently hatched a baby crested gecko. Dragon's a crested gecko. And I said, it's a different sort of thing. Requires a slightly different approach to husbandry. But I've got a baby crested gecko you can have for free if you want to. Oh my goodness, she was made up. So little baby crested gecko, off it went to actually a local teacher. Not as a... Literally, yeah, not as a teacher's pet, but a teacher's pet, not for the classroom, for her house. Kyle was out hawking, and he found what looks like a little harvest mouse nest, which around our way in Northamptonshire are still incredibly scarce and rarely seen. A bit of research, can't see what else it can be for sure. He was actually using a thermal imaging camera at night, and he said he saw a little glowing blob sort of move out of it. So likely was a harvest mouse nest, and it's certainly in the right place, which is really, really nice. What else have I been doing? Oh, if you're into your snakes, I've finally got a grip on it, and I've sort of found a format that I'm going to use, and we're going to go through all of my snakes, reptiles and creepy crawlies over the next months or years even, how I keep them, introducing them, and then how I breed them and so on and rear them. So we produced a really good one on the Vietnamese blue beauty snakes, which I really, really love. Beautiful species of snake there. Oh, another thing. Finally managed to get a little video out for the Roxy Diaries. It's been a while, so check out Roxy the Fox. She's an absolute star. She's so loved by the people that look after her, especially Annie, Jackie, all the team. But Annie and Jackie, I'd say, do most of the sort of attention to her, and even her mum popped in to come and see her and give her a bit of love and fluffing. So check out the Roxy Diaries for sure when that's up and running. We've also managed to produce another video as part of the Falconry journals. They won't be every week, but yeah, it's a little bit wordy, this one. But if you like Falconry or are interested, I'm sort of going to narrate a little bit. We're going to see a bit of Zeus the Golden Eagle on there, as well as some other falconry. And what I've been doing on the Falconry journals of late is doing sort of little reviews on things, whether it's falconry books or other people's YouTube channels. So what I want to start doing on here, I'm not going to review books per se on the vlogs, because I've got too many. They're far too varied and wide. But what I'm thinking of doing, and I'll start today, is some of the time doing a review on other people's YouTube channels that I watch. Now, Believe you me, I don't watch that many, but I tend to have a few on the go where I get a minute or two, I'll click on it and watch them. The reason I don't watch that many is for no other reason. My life is absolutely full. If I've got downtime, I'm actually probably working on this channel for me and you guys. But I'm going to start kind of local, because obviously, like you, I watch YouTube from all over the world. Lovely weather today. I'm going to get out with these two. Sit. These two Herberts. See if Zeus can catch himself some dinner. He probably won't, but hopefully he'll at least get to flap his wings and do some proper flying. Last school yesterday. Could be my last school before the new year, which is absolutely shocking, but we'll see what comes along. Certainly got plenty of DIY at home to do. That ensuite, 3 layers of tiles apparently. I've got to remove those. End up at the Falconry Centre. We've got to jiggle around the housing. My next job for the Aplomado falcons, so they can be permanently free lofted and not tethered. So lots and lots to do. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Lovely weather. You guys enjoy the rest of the vlog. I'm going to go and enjoy a little bit of the countryside. This isn't my favourite kind of job. Lee Brindley, his channel on UK Great Crested Newts. If you've got a passing interest in wildlife, passion for amphibians and reptiles, or indeed keeping newts in captivity, he has become an absolute leading force. He's just started a YouTube channel really. He has every species / subspecies of great crested newt, literally, and he's gone to great lengths through captive breeding to obtain them. If you are interested in keeping newts, he will also supply you genuine quality captive bred animals. But more importantly than that, check out his channel. It is fascinating. He's an absolutely brilliant guy. His knowledge is outstanding, and he'll talk you through everything from what he feeds them, how to keep them, the law. That's going to be my first, on this vlog, YouTube recommended channel. I'm going to put a link in the description. It's on the screen. Please go and give him some love. You'll be fascinated. These are living dragons, living aquatic dragons. If you've got no interest or knowledge of the great crested newt, it's a British animal. One of the species is a British animal. They really are living dragons. Check out that channel.